Hello everyone, hope you're all doing good. Happy New Year. I don't usually do these types of videos, something slightly different from me. I don't often do face cam type videos unless I'm streaming, but I have seen people do these ranking the games they played over the last year, so I thought let's reminisce, go down memory lane of games that I actually did play. It was a bit of a hectic year, as a lot of you may know, or may not, for new people. I got married last year, so there was a bit of time where I was a bit struggling for headspace for gaming and just starting something new, completing something. So I thought now we're in 2026, let's have a look back and see what actually happened. So when I first started thinking about doing this video, I will admit I was a bit worried that I hadn't completed enough to even consider doing it. Because I wanted the caveat to be games I actually had completed in 2025. So, as I think I've said before in some videos, I'm very much like a magpie in a sense of I started many games, I then get distracted by something shiny and drop it and maybe get back to it later or never get back to it. My dropped game list is horrendous. So yes, I wanted, like I say, to only cover games I'd actually completed in 2025 and also games that I had only completed for the first time, because I did go back and finish Assassin's Creed 1 like twice again. I have the Platinum video, as some of you might have seen, and yeah, the Assassin's Creed 2 I think. So no, I wanted it to be new games that I had actually completed in 2025. Right, so first game I'm going to start from the beginning of the year was Hogwarts Legacy. Technically, I started this in 2024. I think it was like December 24, and I was streaming it, which you'll be able to find all the streams on my channel. But it wasn't until I think it was March that I ended up actually completing it. It just took me forever. Partly my streaming schedule. If you don't know, I only stream usually on Friday and Saturday night. So some games that length, like that and Red Dead Redemption 2, take absolute months to complete, and has put me off streaming long games I think at the moment. But anyway, that's by the by. So Hogwarts Legacy, it was a really good game. I am admittedly massive Harry Potter fan. I grew up with the films, read all the books, and I was kind of like at that right age I feel where they just resonated with me perfectly. Still waiting on that Hogwarts letter. I'm adamant it just got lost in the post because of the postal service. But yeah, anyway, jokes aside, a really good game. You felt properly immersed in the world. Hadn't felt that kind of immersed in the Harry Potter game since Order of the Phoenix and Half-Blood Prince, where you could wander around the castle and it just felt like you were in the movies. So yeah, definitely loved that, and it was obviously taken to the next degree that you could obviously travel to all the places surrounding the castle and go for miles and miles in the next direction. So definitely really enjoyed it. I do have some caveats and issues with it. It just felt a bit overly repetitive at a certain point, like a lot of RPGs, open world RPGs do, I find eventually. It was just the same combat encounters over and over. It just felt got a bit bored of it by the end. So I will put it in very good because I did enjoy it, but yeah, unfortunately can't go in amazing because of that. The next game I played was Deliver Us Mars. Again, it was a very good game. I remember I played Deliver Us the Moon, the predecessor to it, a few years ago, and really enjoyed it. It is quite walking simulatory, if you want to call it that, if that's even a word. But I was kind of waiting to play Deliver Us Mars for a while, and put it off, but then I think it was leaving PS Plus, which you'll find is the reason why I play a lot of the games I play, because of leaving PS Plus or Xbox Game Pass. But as I said, finally get around to it, and for the most part I enjoyed it. The story I thought was really good. I did have problems with the mechanics, so they were quite stiff and stilted at times. The movement, there is a lot of use these pickaxes to climb up walls, and they just get so frustrating. I did actually even go for the platinum, which I have a video up on the channel, so go give that a watch if you'd like. But it just was a bit annoying, so for that reason I don't think I put it in very good, but it was okay. Like I say, the story was decent enough that I would give it a was okay. Right, next up we have Atomfall. Now, I'm sure I jumped on that fairly quick once it came out because it was added to Game Pass fairly sharp, or day one rather. So I was really intrigued. I remember seeing it and it was almost kind of felt like it was a Fallout in England. So it was definitely needed to give it a try. Once you do play it, you do realise it's a lot more than just Fallout in England. It has a lot more nuances. It was obviously developed by Rebellion, who do the Sniper Elite games. That's what they're famous for, and I feel definitely did a good job with it in this type of environment. There were, again, some issues I had with it. It just didn't feel quite as polished as it should have been. But definitely really enjoyed my time. I know there's DLC that's came out for it, but I've not played since, so I might go back to that. I did also do a review on this, I'm sure, for the channel, so go and give the video a watch if you're interested in that. But I think I will put that in. Was it okay? I'll put that in very good. I quite enjoyed it. Not as high as Hogwarts, but put it in very good. We now have reached the LEGO portion of this, apparently. Starting with LEGO Movie 2 video game, and I used to love the LEGO video games. I think I've played the majority of them. I think a lot of people do. They have got very samey over the years. They become grindy collectathons that just feel you're a bit tired of them eventually. I know they have tried to change that a little with the Skywalker Saga, which I've only played a very little of, and then they have the Batman Legacy, whatever it is coming out, the Batman game, so I'm intrigued by that. But yeah, it feels like they tried to do things for this game that just didn't hit the weird building mechanics, and yeah, overall I just felt like this was one of the poorest LEGO games I've played. So for that reason, I think it definitely has to go in meh. I did get the platinum, but yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, don't think it was the best LEGO game. The second LEGO game I played was better, definitely better. Marvel Superheroes 2. I played the first game. I loved the first game years ago. For some reason, I put off playing 2. I'm not sure. Again, it was another prompted by leaving PS Plus. So I powered through, played the main campaign. I was going for the platinum, but didn't quite get to it before the game left. Do need to pick up a copy of it at some point to finish that off, maybe down the line. But it was, like I say, better. Had all the hero characters from different aspects of Marvel, including different variants of them, and I thought it was quite an interesting story. I don't think it was quite as good as the first game, but definitely enjoyed it a lot more than, like I say, LEGO Movie 2. I can't put it in very good, I don't think, but I think, well, it's okay. It was okay. We move on now to Little Kitty Big City. Now this is an interesting one. Again, I think it was a random prompt by leaving Game Pass, I want to say. You basically, if you've not seen it, you play as a cat who has fallen out of their window to the streets below, and you have to work your way back up by doing different tasks, getting different power-ups to be able to climb up walls further, leave walls further. It was quite cutesy art style. It was quite the actual cat mechanics were a bit kind of awkward at times, but it was funny. Definitely had its moments. and it's worth a go. It wasn't like a great game, but definitely worth a go. I think I got all 1000 gamer score in it, if I remember rightly. So yeah, I'll put that in. Was okay. It did the job again. It's nothing excellent, but definitely worth a wee go. The next game, which took me way too long to get to, was Until Dawn, and this was the PS4 release, not even the remaster that they brought out last year, was it? Now, I usually quite like these story, choose your own adventure, interactive walking simulator, whatever you want to call them. I've always been a big fan of like the Telltale games, and I just like the way they do it, and this is also quite similar. You have your group of teenagers that go around, and you basically make the decisions as different ones of them as they go and decide if basically survive or not. It was really well done. It did follow a lot of the tropes of these teen horror movies. It was good cast. It was really good cast. Obviously Rami Malek, who now been known for playing Freddie Mercury in The Queen or Bohemian Rhapsody biopic. Hayden Panettiere from Heroes, I remember her from that. So yeah, it was definitely a great cast, well acted, a few buggy issues as most of these interactive telling story, whatever you want to call them, are, but I quite enjoyed it. I actually did play it on stream, played it all in one night apparently. That I think I was just determined to get through it. I had a proper jump, which a lot of people loved in the chat, so yeah, I'm glad I could find entertainment there, but I think I'll put that in very good. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Now, another leaving PS Plus game, and I believe this was actually one of the first PS5 games or something like that on PS Plus. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong with that, but it was Bugsnax. Now, this is a very random, weird, interesting, quite funny game at times. It was, you basically go to this island and there's these creatures called Bugsnax that if you eat them, the limbs turn to different variations of them. It essentially kind of felt like a weird Pokemon type thing. Catch them and then feed them to people, which I know you don't do in Pokemon, but yeah, the catching aspect. And there's different ways you had to catch them depending on how skittish they were, what type they were, and so on. So yeah, it was really interesting, well done. I think the thing that kind of brought it down a bit for me was I did go for the platinum, and the story was good for the most part, but then it did start to get very repetitive for the platinum trophy. But I know that's a me issue with that one. I didn't have to go for the platinum, so I think I still would put it in very good. Yeah, very good. I'm going to put it above Until Dawn, but yeah, put it in very good. Now this next one was a very, very surprising one for me. I didn't really expect much going in. Again, leaving PS Plus. So it was The Plucky Squire. Like I say, I didn't really know what to expect going in, but it was so well done. The fact that you play as a character within a book and you can manipulate things in the book to move on, advance the story. It was really well designed. It was really, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wasn't, like I said, I kind of thought I'll give it a go. If I don't like it, I'll just drop it. But yeah, I saw it through and ended up getting the platinum for it. But yeah, very well done. I'm hoping they might do a Plucky Squire 2 at some point, but yeah, I think that needs to go actually in very good, because again, very surprising. I'm going to put that actually above Bugsnax, strangely. Yeah, go with that. Now on to one that might surprise a lot of people, is the original Resident Evil on PS1. Now, I know I speak to a load of people on different social media spaces that love Resident Evil and played them all hundreds of times, and yeah, 2025 was the first time I ever properly played and completed the first Resident Evil game, and I don't know why it took me so long. Obviously it has a lot of tropes of it being aged, being, well, what, 97, was it 98, something like that. It's obviously a PS1 game, so tank controls, it was a bit finicky at times, but it was such a good game, like I say. I don't know why it took me so long. I think I was prompted into it by, I was hoping to do a series of Halloween themed games for TikTok, but that kind of went by the wayside because why try and do that in the month you're getting married? That is stupid, and that is me. So yeah, I played it for the first time, really enjoyed it, and need to play the remake or whatever it is, the remaster for I think it's the one that came out in GameCube. I have my voice there. Excuse me, GameCube. And yeah, I need to play the rest of the series. I want to try and play as many of them as possible. I have played a few, like I played most of 4, played 5, played a bit of 6, which I know a lot of people don't like talk about. Played a bit of 7, so there's a lot of bits again going back to the beginning of the video, so I do need to go back and play them. But yeah, I think that has to go into amazing. I will probably get shouted at if I didn't put it in amazing anyway, but no, that is amazing, definitely. Surprise, the next one again was leaving PS Plus game, Digimon Survive. Now, I loved Digimon back in the day. I actually did a review on this that I covered, if you want to give that a watch. But yeah, I really liked Digimon series 1 and 2 properly. Played a bit of the games here and there, but mainly season 1 and 2, and then apparently decided I'm a teenager now, I'm growing out of this, and stopped. But I always kind of wanted to go back and watch the series later on from where I was. So I thought, let's give Digimon Survive a go. Not really knowing much about it. I'd obviously heard about the Cyber Sleuth and Time Strangers and so on, the RPG type games. So I didn't really read properly into what this game was when I started it, and yeah, it is a very heavy visual novel with tons and tons of reading and slow paced, quite poor. It does have battle mechanics in it, some kind of RPG mechanics, but they are very afterthought feeling, poor quality. So yeah, it was, like I say, I loved the story, and I liked how you made choices through the story that could dictate how the story progressed, how like Agumon digivolved or who survived. But yeah, it just felt a bit heavy going, like I say, with the reading and the battle aspects that I've loved to put it in was okay, but I think it needs to go in. Do I want to put it? I did really like the story, so I'm not I'm going to put it in was okay, I think. A bit above Big Kiss, yeah. Let's put it in there. I think it's escaped that, so yeah, definitely. Last but not least, the last game I played to completion in 2025 was Little Nightmares. It was, I think I played it for stream for around Halloween time, because it's a bit on and off with that month again, like say, that was wedding month, so streams are a bit up in the air. So yeah, this was a stream completed in one night type thing. I'd heard a lot about it. I think I tried it ages ago, and I'd picked up like the complete digital copy like for next to nothing a few years ago, and it'd always been on my list to give a try. So I think I'd also seen people on TikTok that I speak to playing this one. I think more so 2, and I know 3's just came out, so I was like, right, okay, it's time to play this. Have one kind of Halloween-y type themed game for October. I did play a couple actually, played Silent Hill 2 remake and so on, but never finished it. But yeah, Little Nightmares, it was really well designed, grotesque at points, very disturbing. I do actually need to go back and play the DLC, like I said, I've got the DLC for it. But yeah, it was really, really interesting game, I think is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I think again, I think he's going very good for that one. Will it go down? I think above there. I think I'm going to put it in above Bugsnax, but below Plucky Squire. No, above Plucky Squire. So there we have it, the 11 games I think it is that I completed in 2025. Quite in a eclectic mix, as you can see, which kind of sums up my gaming habits. I'll give everything a go, usually once, sometimes to my detriment. I will maybe stick with a game longer than I should because I'm not feeling it, but the OCD side of me or whatever decides I need to play it to completion. So yeah, I'm hoping in 2026 I will have a few more than 11 games completed, hopefully a few bigger ones, because probably the biggest on there is safe to say Hogwarts Legacy. So yeah, that is the plan. But let me know guys if you've played any of these games, if you would have ranked them any differently, any games I could play in the upcoming year. We are still in the very early part, so still plenty of time. But yeah, if you've not subscribed or liked the video, I'd be very appreciated if you could. And take care guys, and catch you in the next video.